Hey there, this is Matt Cromwell at WordImpress and Head of Support at Give. I just want to do a quick walkthrough of this tutorial that you're reading right now. I just want to start and highlight the GitHub repo. There is a link in the article there, but I just want to say again that this is the best place to get all the demo code that we talked about and the best example of how you can actually start playing with the code and see it actually working live. All of the functions that I talked about in here are all here, and there's also some good just README stuff that's a good background for understanding exactly what's going on and what you need to know. The next one is I want to show you the Stamplio builder just a little bit. This is the website I use to generate the responsive email template. I reviewed quite a few of them that are free, and this one's pretty good overall. I really liked how easy it was and that it has a HTML export. You can see I have a couple here. This is the one right here that I used for the demo. I can go into it, edit it whenever I like, and it has all these drag and drop whatnot. It's good to go. But when you want to export it, you can just go head back into my templates area and you'll see that there's a export tool right here. Um, sorry, that's not the right one. I want the download tool right here. Um, and it gives you the opportunity to download it straight into MailChimp if you connect your account. But this right here is downloading the code. Works really great, gives you all the markup that you need and all the styles that you need. And I'll be referencing that a bit later as well. So let's just jump straight into the demo. This is just a simple vanilla demo site that I just created a little bit ago. Over in the themes area, you can see I already have my child theme activated. It's a 2012 child theme, and you can see here that it's just a basic child theme, and none of the custom stuff is in there quite yet. And that's what we're going to be adding right now. Let's also go real quick and let's look at settings and then head over to emails. And right here, we can open up the preview and see right away that our email is really minimalist, really basic. And this is what we're going to be updating. Because we're working with PHP, it's really easy that when we update the template, we can just refresh this page and we'll see those changes happen immediately right here in the preview email URL. So let's jump right into it. We'll head first into our child theme files. And the first thing we're going to do is add a new folder and just call it give, lowercase give. This is how templating works with Give and a lot of other plugins as well, like WooCommerce and like Easy Digital Downloads. You create a subfolder inside your active theme with the name of the plugin. In this case, we're doing lowercase give. We'll open that up and we're going to create another subfolder called emails. And that is where we're going to put all of the files that we're going to be customizing. What we can do immediately is we can open up the Give plugin. Here's our Give plugin, and here's where all the templates are at, including the email templates. I'll open that up. Here's the emails folder, and these are all the files that we need to customize everything. You'll notice we have one without a template tag and one with. We're going to go with the default because that is the actual HTML markup that we need. So I'm just going to copy those, head back over into my child theme again, and I'm going to paste them right in there. And there we go. Really simple. The other thing I did in my child theme, though, I want to highlight is I created a little helper function. This is it right here. This is my functions PHP file. And here at the bottom, I just created a function called get email images. And all it does is basically return the URL of what we're going to do as the image folder. So I go inside my child theme here. I'm going to add a new folder again and call it IMG. This is where we're going to store the images that are inside this donation receipt. And this function is just basically calling that directory, making it really easy for us to get those images later. So the next thing we're going to do is we need to grab the actual markup that we got from the Stamplia builder. This is it right here. It's actually for the way that they handle responsive and basically all the big responsive email templates, including MailChimp, and Zerb has a great responsive template for emails. All of them really use tables actually. And there's a lot of nested tables in this markup. It's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. But at the end of the day, this markup is tested across lots of different devices and lots of different email clients, and it works really well. So it is a bit of a mess to actually fiddle with the markup itself and get in there and dig into it. But overall, once you start getting in there and get it working right, it works really, really well. So in this case, all we really need to do, as you saw in the files before, is we need to just copy in. Here's my files here. We have a body, a footer, and a header. And all we need to do is take those sections of this markup and put them in each of those, basically. So I'm just going to take the top of this email template all the way down to the body tag. I'm going to copy that, head over to my header default. I want to make sure that all of this PHP header stays in there and the if defined stays in there. But everything after that we can get rid of. So I'm going to highlight all the way down to the bottom and then just paste my markup in there. You'll notice that this markup, it has all these here. We can change the title. Actually, it's a good time to change the title. Oh, I need to close out the PHP. You'll see that there's several things in here that's very specific to different email clients. Here's some iPhone styles, and they have that all set up. That comes straight from the Stamplia builder. So in general, since we're just wanting to see how this works, we're just not going to touch any of that at all. We want it to be just as it is. I'm going to go ahead and hit save. Head back over there. We're going to do the body now. We don't need all of these inline parts. Just put my cursor there. I'm going to scroll all the way down to where the table footer starts. Like I said, the markup is hard to navigate through. We're going to go to right here. Yeah, social, I see. Yeah, I wanted to keep it the social and one, not in the footer. So I'm going to copy all the way to there, head over to my body, and you'll see in the body that this is the actual shortcode that we need in order to output the give settings so that you see all the donation receipt information. For now, I'm just going to copy paste over that. We're going to come back to that in just a little bit. We're going to save that. And now let's go back into the markup again and get the rest for the footer. Again, I want to keep that if defined. I'm going to close out the PHP there. Oops. Go all the way down to the bottom. Paste. Save. And that's all done. Now, if we preview right now, it should look like something, but most likely all the images are broken. We're not going to see our dynamic donation receipt information, all that kind of thing. Let's see what happens. Okay, pretty much just like I said, images are broken. You can see that the basic layout is there. We have this default content that I actually created inside Stamplia Builder. This isn't the dynamic donation information. It's just the stuff that I added. And all of my images are broken, but the styles are generally there. So Looks like we're on the right track so far. Good. First thing let's go ahead and swap out those images so that it knows where to go. First thing I need to do is make sure those images are in the right place. All those images were actually downloaded. I exported from the Stamplia builder, and right now there's none in there. So I'm going to go over to my download folder, which is off screen, but basically I'm going to copy all of it and paste it all straight in there. They actually end up adding all kinds of crazy file names to some of these images, and some of them are duplicates actually. I'm not sure exactly why that happens for them, but all the ones that I actually need are in there correctly. And that's all that matters for now. So I'm going to go into the body. And I'm just going to do a search for image. And there it is. There's my first image. Get down to my source. You'll see that this is the source that they're pointing to. And of course, they can't find it there. So what I'm going to do is swap that out for a PHP function that I created earlier. Echo get give email images. Okay. And I believe that's our logo. So I just want to make sure that I did this right. So we'll go over to the donation receipt, hit refresh. There it is. There's our logo. Now that's a static logo that's going straight from the theme files. In a little bit, I'll show you how we can swap that out so that that logo is actually generated from these settings right here, which is much more optimal. But that's the process we're going to go through here. I'm going to just fast forward through this. Basically, what I'm doing is just searching for images and swapping out that source for every single one of them. I'm just going to fast forward through this for you. Okay, so I swapped out all the images in the body, and you'll see that now my header image is there really well. This guy that I'm going to get rid of is there, and these guys are there. That's all there. Oh, and now we see that in the footer, I'm actually missing a couple there. So I'll head back into the footer and do the same thing. Yep, there we go. There's our logo down here and our two social media images. Now, like I said, I want to show you how you can make sure that the logo can be updated from the give settings as well. So let's find that logo in here. This is the logo. And basically what we're going to do is we need to first get that setting out of the give settings. I'm going to put that up at the very top. Header image equals give get option email logo. Okay, and that's just going to return the basic URL of that image. It doesn't return the markup at all. So, and we only want to be using that if it's actually there. So let's get back down to that logo. Here it is. I already have the function prepared here, but basically what we're doing is we're going to say if it's not empty, if there is something in this option, then we want to output this markup. And the markup we actually want is this down here. That's what we actually want, but we need to swap out the image part so that the source is the image, the header image. So I'm just going to take this. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the whole thing, take out the link and the markup, and now delete these things. There we go. So what I'm actually doing here is here's the image source, and it's echoing out the header image with an escape URL before, of course. And we're setting the alt text also to be the name of your website. And we're wrapping that in a link, which is the link to your homepage. But remember, all of this only is going to be output if there is actually a header image. I have 2 divs there right now, 2 closing divs. Let's get rid of that. There we go. That looks right. Save that, and we head over here, and now our logo should actually disappear. There it is. It's gone. The layout still remains the same, which is exactly what we want. So let's head into Give Settings, and we're going to upload that image. Here it is, our church. Use this file, and now it has that URL that we need. Go down and save the settings. Now when we refresh, there it is. And you can see down at the bottom left that it's pointing to the home page of the site, exactly as it should. Okay, we're in good shape. Okay, now we need to get this content to be dynamic. Let's find where that's at. We're going to keep those words, this right here. Thank you so much for your kind donation. I want to keep that. Here's all that content that I had put in to Stamplia. I'm going to highlight all of it, and I'm going to delete it. And we don't even need the p tag or anything, because remember that the dynamic content is actually created in our give settings in a WYSIWYG and TinyMCE. So all of this already has its own unique markup. So we don't need to add any markup here. We're just going to add that short code with the squiggly brackets, just called email. Save that, and just to make triple sure, I'll say this is dynamic content, just so we can see that change live. Save settings, come over here and refresh. There it is. And there it shows my name now, actually. Good stuff. That looks pretty good. What does it look like if we, here it is. See the responsiveness. Looks great on a smaller device. Looks great on a larger one. We're in good shape. Generally, you're all set. You can also, like I did, you can swap this one out so it's dynamic as well. Swap out if you want to add your own Facebook and Twitter URLs, of course, you want to customize that as well. If you wanted to do some additional things to not have to refresh all the time, if you actually are theming with Gulp or Grunt and you have a PHP listener added there, then every time you save, you'll be able to see your changes live refreshed right there in the browser. That's super useful, super handy. There's also ways that with Give you can actually register a different template. You saw in our template files that we were calling them body default and footer default. We could actually call it body green and footer green and header green, and that would be an additional type of email template. And that way, if you, for example, maybe you wanted to do body Christmas. You have a special Christmas template you want to do every Christmas, and you don't want to have to overwrite this every single time. You register a new template, and then you can just have them sitting in there, and then you just change your settings right here. Email template, you would change, it would show up right here as Christmas instead of default. You just update that, and then now all of a sudden you have that template globally instead. And so you could but that tutorial is going to be later. And then if you really want to get fancy, you could also add your own custom meta boxes to each of your give forms, to add which images you want to show up here in these additional areas down here, what text you want to have here per form. That's a lot more in-depth custom functions, but it's definitely possible with this template and with Give. That's definitely a strong way that you could leverage your email templates as well, and make it a really powerful tool of communication with your donors. So that's all I got. Thanks a bunch.